President Woodrow Wilson, and I am the smartest man in the room.
History's strange, it's alien, and it won't give us what we would like to have.
Woodrow Wilson was the 28th President of the United States and the only one to hold a Ph.D. That detail mattered to him a great deal. Wilson saw himself not as a politician, but as a schoolmaster who had wandered into public life and discovered that the nation needed instruction. He believed history moved according to rules, that democracy required guidance, and that disorder was a failure of leadership. His legacy reflects that belief. Historians long ranked him alongside Washington and Lincoln, yet institutions that once honored him now remove his name. This story lives on two ledgers at once: the architect of the modern American state and global order, and the champion of segregation and repression. Wilson rose quickly. At Princeton, he challenged the exclusive eating clubs, trying to democratize elite education. He lost the fight, but gained national attention. As governor of New Jersey, party bosses expected a dignified puppet. Instead, Wilson attacked machine politics, pushed direct primaries, and passed workers' compensation laws. In 1912, he ran for president on the New Freedom platform, promising to break monopolies and restore competition. Black leaders like W.E.B. Du Bois endorsed him after he promised justice executed with liberality. It delivered an unprecedented number of black votes for a Democrat, and it made what followed especially bitter. As president, Wilson reshaped the American economy. He attacked what he called the triple wall of privilege: tariffs, banks, and trusts. The Federal Reserve Act created the central banking system that still governs American finance. The Underwood-Simmons Act lowered tariffs and established the modern income tax. Antitrust laws gained real enforcement power. He appointed Louis Brandeis to the Supreme Court, the first Jewish justice. These reforms were lasting, structural, and transformative. At the same time, Wilson did something else. He segregated the federal government. Cabinet departments divided offices, restrooms, and cafeterias by race. Black supervisors were removed. Job applications required photographs so candidates could be screened out. Wilson defended this as a way to reduce friction, claiming it was in the interest of African Americans. It reversed decades of progress, quietly, efficiently, and deliberately. In 1914, civil rights leader William Monroe Trotter confronted Wilson in the Oval Office. Wilson took offense at the challenge and ordered him out. The next year, Wilson hosted a private White House screening of The Birth of a Nation, a film that glorified the Ku Klux Klan and quoted Wilson's own historical writings. It was history written with lightning, and it cast a long shadow. Wilson called his foreign policy moral diplomacy. He rejected the old dollar diplomacy and spoke of the consent of the governed. In practice, American troops occupied Haiti, and the Dominican Republic intervened in Mexico and pursued Pancho Villa. Wilson believed American power was different, cleaner, guided by principle. The countries on the receiving end noticed the troops, not the philosophy. In 1917, Wilson led the nation into World War I, declaring that the world must be made safe for democracy. He articulated the 14 points and imagined a peaceful world order. At home, dissent was crushed. The Espionage and Sedition Acts sent critics to prison. Eugene Debs received a 10-year sentence for an anti-war speech. Democracy abroad came with repression at home. In Paris, Wilson was greeted as a savior. His language of self-determination inspired movements from Egypt to China. Then came the limit. When Japan proposed a racial equality clause for the League of Nations, the proposal passed. Wilson personally intervened to block it. Principle yielded to politics, and the world took note. At home, Senator Henry Cabot Lodge demanded reservations to protect American sovereignty. Wilson refused. He took his case to the people, speaking until his body failed. In October 1919, Wilson suffered a massive stroke. His wife Edith quietly controlled access to the presidency. The treaty failed. America never joined the League of Nations. Woodrow Wilson left behind a divided ledger. He reshaped the modern state and global diplomacy. He also entrenched segregation and suppressed civil liberties. His legacy remains contested because it deserves to be. Wilson believed deeply in moral progress and trusted his own assumptions too much. History does not ask us to settle the argument. It asks us to look at both columns and refuse to erase either one.
Check out more stories from history at davedoeshistory.org.